Today's daily crypto update is sponsored by Thrive Labs. Thrive is a premium decentralized ad marketplace. It will be the first blockchain tailor-made for the marketing industry, and they finally pay people for data sharing. They also say how much they get paid and how much fees they get. The private seed for investors, VCs, and business angels is open for the whole of January. Other contributors can already reserve their THRT tokens now for the pre-sale. That's starting on February 15th, and if you register now, you can actually get a 30% bonus. Also, I'll leave a link to their Telegram and their website in the description of this video. Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another daily crypto update. I'll be talking about some of the big movers today like Bitcoin Cash and EOS. Other than that, my normal schedule of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, Neo, Vertcoin, Monero, OmiseGo, Lisk, Cardano, and IOTA. All of those in a technical analysis on TradingView in a bit more detail in just a second. Other than that, if you're interested in monthly cryptocurrency buying opportunities, you can check out my premium content. I also recently added 5 high return cryptocurrencies for your 2018 portfolio, and that includes some hidden gems, cryptocurrencies that I've never talked about before. If you're interested in that, you can find a link in the description of this video. And otherwise, if you want to start trading altcoins, go check out Binance. I have a link to them as well in the description of this video. Let's get started with the general market update. What happened was sometime last night we got a pretty strong dip throughout the market, and what the good thing is that a lot of cryptocurrencies are already recovering nicely from that. As you can see, Bitcoin went positive, but it dipped, all the way down to I think 13K last night. We have a couple exceptions that are green, but still a lot of cryptocurrencies that are red. Ripple under $2 dipped pretty low last night, and if we just scroll through, we can see that there's still a lot of red, but they are coming back. And I don't see this necessarily as a bad thing. I think that definitely kind of cleans things up a bit, resets the market caps a bit lower, and that could potentially be a buying opportunity. Of course, that's not financial advice. That's just my opinion, but it is something to think about. KuCoin shares bouncing very nicely here, and that's about it for the general market update. I'm going to jump right into the technical analysis side of things. Starting off with EOS, we can see that it got a breakout above 70,242 satoshis. That was the previous all-time high, and it actually put in a new all-time high of 85,000 satoshis. Pull back a little bit from there, but it's still looking pretty decent. And I actually like it set up a lot right now. We can see that we got a lot of buying volume on this breakout to support the move, as well as the MACD that crossed over the orange line, histogram that went positive, and the RSI that moved above the 70 line. So we got bullish signals on all 3 indicators combined with nice volume and a nice breakout here. I like this move a lot. We can see what happened last time when we broke above a previous all-time high. It moved up pretty nicely, right? We just had a small pullback, but we ended up moving quite a bit higher in a short period of time, and I think that could definitely happen again. We have expanding Bollinger Bands. What you do have to realize is that we are trading above the upper Bollinger Band, which means that it's kind of hard to sustain, but during a breakout, we can definitely move a couple days above the upper Bollinger Band. So I think that even if we pull back to 70,000 satoshis and test that, I think we'll bounce pretty nicely there, and slowly but surely we should continue to move higher, get pretty quickly towards 100K satoshis at this point. I definitely like EOS's setup a lot right now. And we're going to go over to Bitcoin Cash. Had a bit of news today. So what happened was Overstock accidentally started accepting Bitcoin Cash. I'm not sure of the full story there, but it did make the price spike, and we managed to break above that $2,768 resistance level, so we kind of broke out of our range here in between that and $2,000, which is a good thing. And we have the MACD now coming back up, same thing on the histogram, broke out of that range on the RSI. So those are all bullish signals. We'll see if this holds, since it was kind of a bit of a news bump and didn't manage to get above 2,900 satoshis, but at least it sparked some action back into Bitcoin Cash, which is something that kind of was needed, right? It was just kind of consolidating for a while. We're going to move over now to Bitcoin and take a look at how it's been doing. So let's see. Bitcoin looks like, as you can see, here's the drop that we had last night, right? It went all the way down to $13,412. It did bounce nicely off the support level there. So we do have basically a hammer candlestick, a bullish hammer candlestick. Now, what you have to realize is that we still haven't broken above the downtrend line in this. Until we do that, could still see some downward pressure. We're coming towards the end of that formation though. So we're either going to break back below $13,673 and then start moving lower again, or we're going to manage to break above the downtrend line and avoid any further drop. Good buying volume as well on this drop, which was good. dipped below the orange line on the MACD though, negative on the histogram, so the indicators were definitely a bit damaged by this move. Let's go over now towards Ethereum, and Ethereum has been acting very strong, but it also took a bit of a hit yesterday, dropped while everything started to take a hit last night, and we can see that we went all the way down to $1,207. Didn't really recover that much from the low here. A lot of selling volume, and I think that's also because Ethereum has been going up non-stop, right? We peaked here at $1,386. That'll probably be the short-term high for now, and it definitely looks like we may have topped here in the short term. We'll have to see if we're able to get a strong bounce off the uptrend line and continue to move higher. For confirmation of a recovery, we'll want to break back above, I would say, $1,290 would clear things up again and put us back into full bullish momentum. But until then, we're probably going to pull back a little bit more and maybe take a little bit of a breather here in the short term. Otherwise, indicators are still looking pretty strong. So going to look for that bounce off the uptrend line, see if that happens nicely, if we can move back above $1,290. However, if that doesn't happen, then we might see a little bit longer of a consolidation here for Ethereum. Either way, though, it's been acting strong, and this is, of course, just a bump in the road. It's been going up so much that it kind of had to pull back, and it did so at the first chance that it really had, which was the big drop last night. Let's go over to Litecoin now and see how it's been doing. Litecoin not acting great still. A little bit of an hammer candlestick, but still a lot of selling volume for downtrending days now, and that downtrend is still holding very well. So similar to Bitcoin, as long as we don't break above the downtrend line, we can expect the price to continue to move lower. Got a rejection pretty much on all indicators, so not doing great there, dip below the 50 line on the RSI, and no real signs of any kind of bullishness yet for Litecoin, unfortunately. Let's go over towards Ripple and see how it's been doing. So Ripple has been took a pretty big dip yesterday, all the way down to $1.59. I didn't have any available funds, but I did think about buying at those levels. Missed out on the bounce here. Didn't come and test the uptrend line, but it got pretty close and also moved back above the middle band, which it dipped below. So that's at $1.85. The problem with this drop is it really flipped the indicators pretty badly. So we dropped below the support level on the RSI, went negative on the histogram, and finally got that crossover that we've been waiting for quite some time on the MACD. So what that tells me is, even though we got a nice bounce here, I think we're probably going to continue the downtrend a little bit longer, come and test this uptrend line, and then we'll finally be ready to move back up. Let's go and take a look at the next cryptocurrency of the daily crypto update, which is going to be NEO, and see how it's been doing. NEO has also been one of the cryptocurrencies that's been acting pretty well. Looks like it did drop a little bit last night, so all the way down to $107.73. Got a nice bounce from that, and that's a good thing, right? It actually looks pretty strong here, despite the fact that we got a bit of a double top and a rand candlestick. Still looks strong on the MACD histogram, dip below the uptrend line on the RSI, it looks like, but still above the 70 line. So I think that if we're able to get back above the $130 mark, of course, then we should continue to see a lot of bullish, move upward. But I think we're probably going to consolidate a little bit here around this $120 mark before we're ready to move back up higher. Either way, though, I don't think we'll be losing this $110 mark support level anytime soon. So, I'm leaning more towards bullish accumulation here for NEO right now. Let's go over towards Vertcoin. Now, I did talk a little bit about more detail on what was happening with Vertcoin yesterday. You can go and watch that video. We dropped below that $6.35 support level, but we're now experiencing a bit of a bounce, and we managed to get back into a little bit of our symmetrical triangle formation. The problem with this move is that there's a lot of resistance in this area, right? We got the downtrend line, the uptrend line, and it's just going to be hard to recover from this. Now, if we manage to get back, towards $7.21, get back above that, that'll really be great, right? That'll be a very good sign, but it is going to be hard considering all the resistance we have. I wouldn't be surprised to see it drop back below $6.35. Indicators, flat on the RSI and MACD. Got a little bounce there on the RSI, though, so that's a good thing. Let's go over now towards our next crypto, which is going to be, let's see, I need to take a look at my list here. Next cryptocurrency, I believe, is Monero, and let's take a look. Monero it is. So Monero is experiencing got a bit of a bounce here actually off the middle band on the drop, back above $400, so that's a good thing. Still holding above that orange line on the MACD and still positive on the histogram. RSI kind of flat right now, so not looking bad, you know, kind of just consolidating around that $400 mark. I think that can definitely continue, maybe move up slowly but surely back towards $444. Once we get above that, we'll be back ready to move back towards the highs, right? We're going to go over next to our next crypto, which is going to be OmiseGo, and let's see how it's been doing. So let's go over to Bittrex here, and OmiseGo, pretty strong drop actually. It doesn't look like it's recovering that well just yet because it broke back below the uptrend line and kind of got a bounce off that $20 mark. Definitely dipping a bit lower on the MACD, peaked a little bit on the histogram as well, and dropped below some support levels on the RSI. So not looking great here, probably going to need to consolidate a little bit in this area, and the fact that we dropped below the uptrend line means that it's going to take just a bit of time before we can move back up higher, right? Because that's going to act as resistance. Let's go over towards Lisk now and see how it's been doing. So Lisk is taking a bit of a hit here, definitely put in a bit of a short-term top, and that's something that I talked about, you know, just about a day ago. A lot of selling volume over the past 3 days. Looks like we have peaked now on the MACD, histogram, and RSI, all moving lower. And we even lost our primary uptrend line on the chart. The good thing about that is that we actually have a secondary uptrend line a little bit lower here at around $25. And we have our middle band, so we still have upward support. That's a good thing. Let's go over now towards Cardano and take a look at how it's been doing. So Cardano is dropped below that 5,454 Satoshi level. That's something that I called for, I think, in my previous daily crypto update, and we bounced off the middle band. First time that we tested that in a while. Went negative crossover on the MACD, went negative on the histogram, and lost support, right, kind of downtrending now. I'm going to go ahead and put in that downtrend actually on the RSI. So what happened with Cardano is definitely the drop last night pushed things over the edge for Cardano, and more importantly, it's been going up a lot. It was finally time for it to take a little bit of a breather, and that's what we're seeing right now. So we're going to see if it's able to hold above that middle band. That'll be very telling, right? If we see that it gets a lot of support there, maybe we could already see it bounce back because it has dropped quite a bit from the highs now, all-time high at 9,180 Satoshis. So that's definitely enough of a drop, I think, to already get a bounce back up, but we just have to wait and see. As soon as we get back above that 5,454 Satoshi level, we'll already be in much better standing. Let's go over to our final cryptocurrency of the daily crypto update, which is IOTA, and take a look at what's going on. So IOTA dipped below its $3.42 support level, bounced back up. We're trying to get back above the middle band right now, and that's currently acting as some resistance as it's downtrending here. Kind of flat on the MACD histogram, still pretty flat on the RSI. For now, until we break above $4, expect some consolidation in between $3.42 and $4. If we do end up losing the $3.42 support level, we'll definitely be moving lower here. With that being said, everyone, this is the end of the daily crypto update. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.